Just a little bit on the Academy. Most of you, I'm sure, are familiar, but the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences was founded in the 90s. We put on the DICE Awards and the DICE Summit. We're 22,000 members strong, and game makers are who choose our awards and nominate our awards, and so I think it has a great deal of integrity. The DICE Awards will be in Las Vegas in February, February 4, 5, and 6. The awards on the 6th, the summit on the 5th and 6th. And the sort of theme is the new golden age, and I think we are entering a new golden age. These folks are going to talk about it today. So I want, today, we're going to talk about globalization, platform change, the speed at which things are moving. And speed always creates opportunity, creates challenges, creates flameouts, but really opportunities. And these guys see way more than we see on a day-to-day basis. And hopefully we can find some opportunities out of this. Tim Merel, Managing Director of Digi-Capital, based in London, analyst, game investor, app investor, has been around the business for a long time, has some really good insights into where we're going. Sonny Dhillon, as a partner at Signia Ventures. They're an early stage investor. Rick Thompson from Playdom founded the investment group. They have a number of investments in early stage game companies, trying to place their bets on people maybe past the seed stage, maybe not, but up and coming. Raymond Yang, who is the founding partner of West Summit Capital, a entrepreneur from China. His objective with his fund is to find companies past seed stage, past early stage, but where they can benefit from doing business in China and gaining partnerships in China, and he'll have some insights on how we can take advantage of opportunities there. And all of these folks, by the way, are very accomplished entrepreneurs in their own right. And then everyone in the room knows him. It's Lars Butler, Tran Worlds, formerly of EA, now in the investment community. It seems we spent the last hour and a half with the guys talking, and everyone that walked in the room had to hug Lars, so I'm not sure what that means, other than they either like him or they're afraid of him. Which could be true. So, I'm going to lob some questions individually at you guys, and then kind of go from there. And I encourage you to agree to disagree. If you disagree with something, and these folks don't see as much as you guys probably do from the investment side. So the first one is going to go to Lars, because he got the most hugs early. But when we were on a conversation earlier in the week, we talked about how fast things are going, how things are developing, development times, distribution times, success, failure, mega hits, all that sort of thing. And that presents, one opportunity. If you can create a great game in a short period of time, you can make a lot of money. It also creates difficulties. And I think some of the best opportunities come out of difficulties. So I'd ask you, what do you see as we speed up and things go so fast? What are the difficulties, and then what kind of opportunities might come out of those for the next group of entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so, obviously, you can have a mega hit overnight. You can build a $3 billion company in 18 months. And, with broadband speed doubling every 9 months, chip capacity doubling every 18 months, all these trends just build on each other. So everything is happening faster and faster. And I think number one, that means for the incumbents, it is virtually impossible in some systematic way to manage innovation in-house and think that they could just depend on their own R&D and development departments to basically be out there and create the next mega hit. So they have to have a much more dynamic approach and basically be plugged in to the startup scene around the world and really see what's going to happen there. I also think it's a huge challenge for traditional investors that have maybe one partner per industry. And to think that kind of high-level view, would allow you to spot some of these megatrends early enough before they go through the roof, I think is preposterous. So you have to be able to really understand the industry, be on the ground, have a team of industry experts that have the right access, And that is, I think, on the flip side, a giant opportunity for smaller companies that can come out of nowhere, or for a new breed of investors that really understand the market and that see everything. And not just in the US or in Silicon Valley, but they see what's new in Korea, they see what's new in Helsinki, they see what's new in Berlin. So you have to be able to do that. So that's basically the flip side of the risk and the opportunity that I see.
Well, I would put it back to any one of you. Your suggestion then is that you might be better off outside of a large organization and seeing things differently. I mean, Tim, you've been around for a long time.
I think there are a few advantages. In terms of where the opportunities lie, our primary focus right now is around mobile. I mean, you've basically got, it was 15 billion revenue from mobile. That was last year. It'll be growing over 5 times to over 70 billion by 2016. So, we've been doing stuff for 20 years. I've seen the market that big, growing that quickly before. So, mobile's definitely a big part of the equation. Look within mobile, one of the great things about that is it's very low capital intensity. What I mean by that is hundreds of thousands to single-digit millions to develop anything on mobile. So as an investor, it's a huge opportunity because it means you can have very high product counts within your equity portfolios. In other words, if you invest in mobile games or mobile apps more broadly, rather than having 25 bets on 25 companies, if each company is putting off 2 to 3 products on average a year, you hold it for 5 years, you might have 150 to 400 products within your equity portfolio. So as an investor, you basically deal with the inherent product risk by having a lot of products within what you're investing in. I completely agree with Lars. As a strategic, as a corporate, that's really tough because that sort of risk management, deal flow. We're seeing about 1,000 deals across the US, China, Japan, South Korea, and Europe annually. The big corporates don't see that, particularly not at the early stages. They haven't got the relationships. So I think definitely for the corporates, whether it be technology, media, telecoms, games, specifically investing into funds that are actually going off and doing that, and that's their business. That's all they do. They're completely laser focused. You've got a much better chance of getting the insight from the deal flow and investing the returns. So
what I'm hearing is it's tough to do in a big corporate environment, and I think even big corporate environments would agree. You love mobile, I'll do the British pronunciation, mobile. But where is, when we look at the changing landscape, outside of mobile and outside of just game development, where do you guys see the great opportunity to make money? What's kicking people's butts they need to solve? Sonny?
You mean outside of gaming?
Yeah, well, no, within the whole ecosystem.
Sure. So I think that wearable technology has been something that we've been looking at for a while. Augmented self, augmented reality, gaming on wearable devices like Google Glass. One of our portfolio companies, Mind Pirates, actually leading the charge on that. We're very, very happy to see the exciting stuff that they're coming out with. I think that that's going to be an increasing area of content you're going to be seeing on a whole new slew of devices. That's a long-term away before those get commoditized to the state of your smartphone now. But that's one area. I think messaging is another area that is opening up big doors for the gaming ecosystem. It's something we've been all talking about for a while.
And actually, let's talk about messaging. Asia leads the charge there.
Sure.
And so, and Lars, you and I were talking about that earlier. Is that becomes a bigger gaming platform? What kind of opportunities does that present? And Raymond, you're probably in a unique position to speak to that, I would say.
Yes, as you all know that we're the investor in the Unity and the Twitch. Actually, this is interesting enough. This is a sort of a very unique component of this ecosystem. And I certainly, when we started to invest this deal, we didn't realize that. But then you look at it today, the major platform, or almost called the operating system, this iOS and Android, they're taking whatever 80%, whatever percentage of the market share. There's no third one even come up. Hopefully there's something like that. And certainly now the Samsung's making their own operating system, and then some others. So I hope that there will be new opportunity there that taking more market share to grow into a so-called billion-dollar companies. So this is only one example. And certainly, Twitch is a very interesting angle of that. But then, not just this company, but if you think through this sort of a opportunity, you still see there's some other kind of things, for example, something called content discovery. Because on the online gaming industry,